Hi guys, so on this video I'm going to show you how to put constraints on our player so that the player will not be able to go out of range from the scene view or on the places where we don't want the player to go. So in order for us to do that, we'll just create an if statement and this is how you create an if statement. So on our void update, we'll just create if. And on our statement, whatever is inside our statement is always true. So, and then to create an if statement, you also have to call on the curly brackets. No, the curly brackets there. So, so if our statement is true, then the curly brackets, whatever we had informed whatever our script here on the curly brackets, that will be implemented by the computer. So let's put something that we know is already true. While checking the game a while ago, I realized that the character, I don't want him to go more than negative 15 on the left side of my game view. So let's just put that as a true statement. So for us to do that, we'll just have to put this if statement and then place transform that position that x, and then we don't want it to be less than negative 15. So if this is true, then what will happen is that the if the character transform what that position was. Okay, let's forget about it. One moment. So if this information is true, then it has to follow this condition to transform that position to new position, new position, no, new vector tree, and then just put the values there, which is negative 15, and then comma transform that position that y, comma, transform that position that z, then close. Okay, so there is still a problem here. So, okay, we forgot the letter R. Transform. So this is our statement. So if the player is on less than negative 15 in our side view movements, then the condition is that this player should be put back at negative 15, and then same positions for the Y and then the Z. So now the player will not be able to go further left. So it will just go on yeah, on the place where he has to stop, which is negative 15. So in order for us to do that on the right side, on the positive side, um, we'll just have to copy this statement and then paste it and change the values. So if it's negative 15, we'll just make it to positive 15, and then we'll change the less than to greater than. So this statement just shows that if the player is moving further than 15 uh, in our x-axis, then this condition has to be applied to bring back the player to 15 plus the transform position of y and the transform position of z. So now with these conditions, we will be able to put boundaries to our players' left and right movement. Okay, so now we are going to create another statement for our upward and downward movement. So let's just copy this statement and then change it with instead of x-axis, we'll place the z-axis because we are actually going um, forward and backward movements. So if this one is greater than 15, then this is our condition. So I actually configured a while ago the best values for my game, and for mine it will be -4. So I don't want him to go down to more than -4. And then here I have to put the condition that the computer has to bring the player back to -4 once it wants to go back more than -4. Okay, so here I forgot to put the sign negative. And then if we don't want the player to go further up and put constraints there, we'll set up also the set values for the positive values. So and here instead of negative, we'll create greater than. And I don't want my player to go greater than 16, as I checked a while ago. That is the best view for my best value for my games. So here we'll just place negative, I mean positive 16. Okay, there must be some problems. Okay, there are some problems here because we are actually editing it on the um, x-axis. We need to edit it on the z-axis. So here we'll just have to change here. Transform that position, that x, and instead that we put it here, replace the -4 here because it's on the z-axis. The same for this one. So we'll just copy this. It's my mistake. So just replace it with x. And because we have the values already for our z-axis, we'll just put there 16. So here we don't want our if the player goes more than 16 on our on our z-axis, then this condition has to be met. So the new vector, the player should be put back on 16. So then he can't do more than um, more than 16, but then he can go back and then he can go down, but not more than -4, right? So let's save this um, script and see if it works. So let's test our game. Let's just change the player speed to 20 so it moves faster. And now let's check it if the script that we made created boundaries for the player not to be able to move on positions that we don't want the player to move. So if we move to the left, you can see the player cannot move any more further from here. And if you click to the right, the player is stuck there. The code is calling the player to go back on this position. So if we move forward, it cannot move any more further from here. And if we move backward, this is the last place the player can go to. So that's it. The script is working. So thanks a lot for viewing the video. This video, I made it for documentation purposes as well as a tutorial in case I need a refresher in the future. That's it for now. I make more videos. Please subscribe and like the video if you find it helpful. So bye, cheers, hej då.